Hello. All right. First of all, my face. My wife convinced me to have no shave Vember, and this is actually with no shaving. Right? Almost as a little fuzz comes in here, but I just naturally get a double goatee. Make of it what you will. So, so we're definitely, I think, in the laughing, witch. No, let's say the Laughing Foot versus Thunder Witch. Wouldn't that be more fun? In this saga, we have. See, I found this humorous. Um, I predicted. Did you get that? What I did there? I predicted that they would overplay their hand, right? So, just to get you up to speed, my position is that Laughing Witch acted, as I said in my video title on the subject, that it was immoral and counterproductive and wrong or whatever, which she did, and also probably self-destructive. And but I did predict that they would overplay their hand as well, and I said quite wisely that they, knowing, of course, it's a horde of people. Even if everybody listening to me believed me instantly, the horde has been unleashed. The worms will not be recanned. I'm pretty sure of that. And so I think we're well into that stage that, yeah, I wisely suggested they should accept the apology, let it stop on that note, and then it would benefit them for a while. But instead, no. I mean, Thunderfoot made a video that, you know, Laughing Witch has gotten this story on her local news station, okay? And Thunderfoot has made a video about her apology that might as well, at the level that local stations dig into things, it might as well say, bitch deserved what she got. He said, karma's a bitch only if you're a bitch, which kind of seems like a way to call someone a bitch and go, but no, I didn't call anybody a bitch. It's about this other thing. It's about karma. And it's like, yeah, subtle defenses like that, well known to work really well in TV news. So, I mean, I'm analyzing this from a sort of a geopolitical view. What would you expect if you were on either side of this? What would you expect the other person to do? I mean, there's really, she apologized. They're not going to accept the apology because it's too insincere. Well, that's how political apologies are. You just take them, and as I said, you end the conversation on that note, and your side benefits from it, from having made a point. Or the whole conversation could benefit if the point was, we don't go after people's employers. If that had been made the point, but we're past that now. So she made her apology, and obviously the attack was not going to stop. Some people in comments have told me, hey, yeah, if she just would have waited, they would have got bored. Well, that doesn't keep her business alive. Plus, somebody, the trolls are concerned trolling about, but aren't you concerned about her business? How could she be so selfish? It's like, dude, I think anybody losing their livelihood is a damn shame. And that, I think gay bakers ought to be able to bake conservative pies for people, and we should all be able to get along on that level and discuss our differences in public discourse. And then in the polling booth, we make the decisions we have to make at any given moment in time, and those change over time, the decisions we make as the conversation evolves. Utopian sounding, huh? But anyway, Tommy's back. Okay, can you believe Tommy only recently got fed up with Brett Keane? I mean, he's known him for years. Tommy, so tolerant. Anyway, um, so I cannot do the Tommy thing. So, okay, I'm just glad to be stopped working. I mean, my work's been difficult lately. Negotiations of people that are confused about things, also difficult. So anyway, I liken it to this with the trolls. What the let's put it this way: there's a couple groups. What the anti-feminists, the Thunderfoots, don't seem to understand, except, of course, Thunderfoot. I don't think he's left Yelp reviews, so he kind of wants to keep his hands clean. But still, basically, this horde of people doesn't seem to realize that if, like, somebody starts a bar fight, I said, if somebody slaps you in a bar and then you follow them home and burn their house down, that's not going to hold up in a court of law. It's self-defense, right? You're allowed, or if somebody attempts to kill you, then you can report them for attempted murder. But if you murder them back, that's a separate crime. The attempted murder doesn't wipe that away. I don't seem to get this. Now, even more interesting, actually, very sociologically, internet sociology interesting, is that so many of you just really don't understand how strong of a culture of that there is, and I've seen it since I was young in the hacker culture, and I saw it rising up before the internet even. You just on the old bulletin boards, and this concept of trolling, for example, though I didn't hear that term, I saw the phenomena. I didn't hear that term until the late 90s, when we all hopped on the internet for commercial reasons. I mean, in the commercial access way, as opposed to university or whatever. So anyway, I had somebody today saying, you don't get it. I'm not one of the trolls called lol troll or something. I'm not in a feminist, whatever. I said, Thunderfoot, I'm not a minion of his. I don't care. And I'm just in it for the lulz. And I'm like, dude, I know. That's what's so funny is like Thunderfoot and them don't know. They have no way to bring this back, right? And if Laughing Witch keeps pushing it, then she does have a chance to get that reporter to follow up. She said that she told the reporter about the initial letter, and that's not that hard to justify in the press. You could say, well, he's an academic. They just play the academic thing, like academics are special. I thought his institution should know. And whether that's right or wrong, it's like a he said, she said thing, which is what the press is going for, right? So they know about that, and Laughing Witch, I don't know if any of these are lies, they could be, but it's believable, said that the reporter was willing to talk with Thunderfoot now and do a follow-up. Just do that. And if this gets on CNN, it's not going to get increased scrutiny about all the details. It'll be characterized into a narrative. And the news people, the TV news people, it's more important to them to have a clear narrative that they could sell for the day. I don't care about tomorrow usually or any of that. They just need something that's clear enough in the sense of a clear poem. It doesn't have to be accurate. It just has to be a clear narrative, and they're going to choose that. And then they'll take all the hours and many pieces of data they could put on TV for 2.5 minutes, and they'll choose the stuff that fits that narrative, because the audience doesn't want raw data. So that's where you're about to take your case, and you just don't get it. And that's fine. But it's very odd, though. I mean, Thunderfoot knows not to do this stuff himself, but what does he think? I mean, he really doesn't think it matters that, basically she tried to get him fired. And then he pointed out it would be easy to screw with her business. And then people screwed with their business, and then she apologized, like, not good enough. You got to apologize to the internet. You hurt its feeling. And the internet only has one feeling. Everybody knows that, right? And so she strikes back, and the result is that he's on TV without having been personally contacted with anti-feminist internet provocateur under his name instead of Dr. Phil Mason, awesome scientist, atheist. Doesn't matter to him. Well, I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter to the lulz trolls. The lulz crew does not care how that affects the Thunderfoot. I mean, somebody today was crowing about that somebody's written a Laughing Witch page at Encyclopedia Dramatica. Not their best work. Well, go read Thunderfoot's page at Encyclopedia Dramatica. But be forewarned, it is, it's deep into the troll culture. And then it does reflect how the trolls think, which largely is they don't have any of these biases they play to have. There's plenty of trolls that have none of that. They just like pushing your buttons, and they like to run other people like puppets, which is what Crocoduck, who I'm not familiar with him, but I recognize that scam a mile away, that concern trolling, give me pictures of the dying children so I can help you bullshit. No. So, yeah, they've overplayed their hands, and I'm saying so in Laughing Witches, in the comments to Laughing Witches videos, and just to be on record. But it seems to me they've overplayed their hand. Now, the only way they get out of it now is if Laughing Witch relents. That can be because she just gives up, it's so stressful or whatever, or it could be that it takes a while to get the TV to pay attention. But here's the thing. Every time she makes a video or does something, she has control over increasing this phenomenon. If the phenomenon is happening a lot, when she gets somebody's attention, producer at CNN or whatever, or MSNBC, how about that? Then something will be going on right then. She can make that happen. She can make an inflammatory video and then talk to them. And who's getting trolled now? I told one guy he was getting trolled, son, and he's like, "You don't know what a troll is, I'm sure." And his last complaint was that I didn't capitalize the first letter. And even after he told me, I still didn't. Oh, it's just seeing this kind of stuff. It makes me feel like an ancient creature, because I've seen all of this kind of stuff unfolding from the infancy of the web, from when it wasn't the web, when it was just those of us that had a little computer, bought with a summer job, talk to other people using our modems and bulletin boards and computers, waiting for a phone call, type in text and stuff. And it's decades ago. And it's some of this is like watching toddlers wander around. You got to tell them, "Oh, watch out," but they won't listen. And if there's somebody else's toddler, there's only even so much you can do, stopping them to wander out in the street or whatever. You say, "Hey, these wander down the street." You can't go grab other people's kids anymore. Drag them back in. That wouldn't be right. So I'm just there watching. Oh, I'm getting the thing over there. This is Da Spook. I'm going to have to go pick that up. This is going to have to wrap this son of a bitch up. So anyway, it's like hanging around with a group of toddlers. And, you explain what's going to happen. But, I mean, not only do they not understand what you're saying well enough to do anything about it, but they're not really even understanding well enough to later on realize you were correct. But whatever, it's a hobby.